Thanks for watching this video. What we are going to learn today is how do we import and data in R, Python and SAS, all the three analytical tools. Before getting into importing the data, let us understand the data that we are trying to import. So this is the data that we are trying to import, which contains customer ID, age of the customer, gender of the customer, BMI of the customer, how many children the customer has, whether the customer is a smoker or a non-smoker, from which region the customer belongs to, and what is the spend the customer has done in a month. So if I have to decode this row, what it basically means is there is a customer who is allocated customer ID 2 and is a male customer of 18 years of age with a BMI of 33.77. The customer has one children and the customer is a non-smoker. The customer is from Southeast region and has done a spend of more than 1,725 rupees. Now, based on this data, we will learn how will we import this kind of data in R, Python, and SAS. So first, let's do it in R. So this is the R Studio that I'm using. It's an open source tool that's available. It's free to download. So let us learn how to import the data in R. First, we need to give the dataset name. So the dataset name that I'm giving is EX1. So basically, what this dataset name basically means is in this EX1, the data from the external file, that is from the CSV file, will get stored. The command in R is read.csv, and then we need to give the path. So I'll just go to the path. This is the path with the file name. The file name is as a CSV. R and Python works best for CSV files because inbuilt functions are already available. You can also import Excel and other files as well, that is with the extension .xlsx or any other external file. But for that, then you need additional packages. CSV file is something you can import directly. Based on this, now in R and Python, directly this slash doesn't work. This single slash doesn't work. Either you need to put a double slash like this, or you need to reverse the slash. That is, you need to put this slash. So let us do this way itself, wherein we'll just put the this and we'll just run. So in the console window, we can see that the command has run without any errors as of now. Now the next step is after importing the data, I want to check whether that many numbers of rows have really got imported, that many variables have really got imported, and what are the variables and what are the data types of those variables that are as recognized. So to do that, we need to use the str function in R. With the str function, we'll get this kind of output where it will say that this dataset EX1 contains 1338 observations with 8 variables, which we can weld it from our data as well. So 1338 observations and a total of 8 variables that we have. And for each variable, what is the data type that R has recognized. Now let us do the same thing in Python. Let us see how the data is imported in Python. So I'm using the Jupyter notebook. To import the CSV data in Python, we will need the help of pandas framework. We'll say import pandas as PD. Then we'll give the dataset name, and the function in this is PD dot read CSV, read underscore CSV. PD is nothing but the alias of the pandas framework that we have given, and read underscore CSV is the inbuilt function in Python. And then we need to give the path. Again, in Python also, we need to give the slash other way around. Otherwise, it will throw an error. Or you can give this slash as well. But again, then you need to give double slash. Then and then only it will work. So it's better that we do it like this. Both the ways it can work. But this will definitely not work. Just doing this slash will not work. So let us just run this. And it has been run. Now again, in Python, we want to check whether what are the number of rows that have got imported, the number of variables, what are the data types of each variables. So for that, the function that we will use is info function. So we'll just say ex1 dot info. Ex1 is nothing but the dataset name, and info is the inbuilt function. So with this, we get what are the total number of rows, total number of columns, that are total number of variables, which are the variables, and what is the data type of each of the variables. So this is how we have imported the data in Python as well. And we have checked that whether whatever data I had, that many number of observations and variables have got imported or not. Now let us do the same thing in SAS as well, for which I'm using SAS Studio. This is the SAS Studio that is available. In SAS, the command to use is prog import. You just need to say prog import data file equals to, in double quotes, give the entire path with the .csv extension. Out equals to basically means the data set in which this file will get imported. So I'm giving ex1, and then this is the keyword dbms equals to. We just need to say csv replace because it is a csv type of file. Semicolon, run semicolon. This is the command by which you can import a CSV file. One thing you will have to remember while using SAS Studio is SAS Studio will only recognize this path because internally it needs you to create a folder called as SAS University Edition, and then inside my folders itself, and inside this folder SAS user dot v94 you need to keep your files from which you can import, and as an additional in the path you need to give this folders as well. Otherwise it won't work because this SAS Studio gets connected to the VMware, so that is why we'll have to follow like that. We'll just select this and we'll click on run. So once we run this, in the log window we can see that ex1 was successfully created with 1338 observations and 8 variables. Again, in SAS, if we want to see total number of observations with total number of variables and the data type of each variable, then we need to run the proc contents for it. Proc contents data equals to ex1, that is my data set name, semicolon, run semicolon. We just need to run this. And over here is what we will see is total number of observations that are there in this data set, total number of variables, and below we will have the data type of each of the variables. So this is how we import the data in all the three tools, R, Python, and SAS. Again, like I said, R and Python works best for CSV file. So better if you even have a file in any other format. It's always a good practice. You first convert it to CSV and then only import into R and Python.